Hi and welcome. I've set the ambitious goal today of taking you through about 5 of yoga's pretty tough inversions, variations of forearm stand and handstand in particular. So let's not waste time. Start in a seat. You could be sitting right on your heels. Use this time to connect to your abdomen, drawing it subtly backward. With the engagement there, let's bring some fullness into the breath. So inhaling to almost complete capacity. Exhaling completely as well. An opportunity to feel the abdominal wall. One more breath cycle this way. Inhaling, expand the ribs. Sit taller. And as you exhale, exhale really completely. See if you can get a little more air out, engaging there at the abdominal wall. Keep some of this engagement as you start circling through the shoulders. And then relax the shoulders, make fists, and roll your hands in circles in one direction. Still, the belly stays strong. And then other direction. Let's sit up high now on the knees. So you'll take your hands in front of you. This is mostly to take the shoulders forward, and then reach the hands and touch them behind you. That's to squeeze the shoulder blades back. And we'll do that kind of rapidly, forward and back. Let's just get some warmth in the shoulders. Every moment, a chance to connect to breathing and connect to the belly wall. Then pause and take the elbows up and around. Make some big circles through your shoulders. See if you can hug the front ribs in so you're moving only from the shoulders, not so much from thrusting the chest. Good. Let's take the arms out, open wide. Extend one leg off to the side. Really doesn't matter which. Point the palms forward and then reach down that long leg, reaching up with the other arm. Stay long to the spine, connected at the belly. Let's look up and breathe. Take this top arm across your temple line. You reach for a few moments for the stretch of it. And then see if you can send that arm behind your ear line. It's okay if you don't have that flexibility yet, but we're aiming for it. So some engagement behind the shoulder to take the arm back with the elbow straight if you can. Just a breath or two more. Reaching all the way up and then back through neutral. Let's switch the sides. Other leg out. Arms open wide, palms face forward. Reach down your leg and then all the way up, gaze up high. Let's just take this time to breathe and lengthen through your spine. Reach that top arm across your temple line. At first, it's for the stretch of it. Feel it from the hip, sideways, up through shoulder and arm. Chest stays wide open. And now see if you can slide this arm behind your ear a little bit. Not everybody will do that easily, but we make an effort anyway. You can even pulse it back if you need to feel that a little better. Keep the elbow straight, gaze high. You got a couple more breaths. Reach up, come all the way up, and set the knees down. This time we're going to dive right onto all fours. Point your fingers out. You're going to rock from side to side. Let's get warmth through the wrists, so important. And point your fingers backward if possible. If it's not working out, just point them as far back as you can, coming externally. And point the fingers back if possible, and you'll rock back. And you can either stay here or stay in motion, rocking back and forth. We're keeping the belly engaged and lifted upward. All right, come on into neutral, point the fingers forward, and let's awaken through the spine. So let the belly come down, sits bones high as you look up, breathe in. Exhale, push earth away, spread through the shoulder blades, tuck the tail. Do it again, arching as you look up. Exhale, empty out, push the ground away. In cat this time, hover your knees a little bit. Draw the belly up, tuck the tail. Real engagement through the ab wall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it all down. This time tuck toes and come on into downward facing dog. Take some time to pedal around. Pause at your downward facing dog. Make sure you're really pressing in through your fingers, drawing the front ribs in, ears in line with shoulders. We're going to do some trap shrugs to activate at the trap muscles. So you'll push in through hands and fingers. As that happens, it's like your arms get longer, the elbows squeeze toward each other, shoulders lift by your ears, and then you're going to relax that down a little bit. And you're going to do it 8 more times. So shrug, release, keep going. Last one, hold at the top. And then find your neutral dog position. Sweep your right leg up behind. Place this foot outside your right hand. Take a little time to rock with this. Get the legs and hips open. You're going to walk over to the left, point the left toes out, send the right toes up, and you're going to come into this left inner thigh like Skandasana. That heel can lift, it's okay. Just looking for the inner thighs to open a little. And then pivot back around to frame your right foot. Plant hands on the exhale, knee to nose. Sweeping right leg high behind. Let the right foot land, wave forward to plank position. And exhale, lower all the way to your belly. Lifting for cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Sweep your left leg up behind. Place that foot outside your left hand. Take a little time to rock and sway. Lubing up these joints. Walk your hands over to the right. Right toes spin out, left toes reach up. Come down as low as you can into this right leg. You're going to sit for Skandasana. It's kind of like a half squat, hands to the heart if you can. And breathing in toward the groin. Keep the heart lifted, belly strong, fullness in the breathing. Pivot over to frame this left foot again. Hands plant firmly. Step the left leg back or sweep it high. Place that foot down, wave forward, plank pose, where we're gonna engage at the abdomen a little bit here. So make the body pretty neutral. You might tuck the tail just a tiny bit to really feel the belly hugging upward. Send the shoulders forward of your wrists, so this will feel a little different than usual, and then rock the heels and shoulders back. And do that 6 times. Go ahead, forward, back. 5, 4, 3, stay strong, 2, 1, pause, and lower. You could take chaturanga or the belly down. Find your heart opening up, dog or cobra. Linger on it. And exhale through to downward facing dog. Let's come high onto the knees, or toes. You'll bend your knees. I'm going to invite you to hop up and kick your bum, your heels to your bum. So you do it like, 3 to 6 times, and we'll land at the top of the mat. Go ahead. Try to keep elbows locked. Might help to gaze forward. A couple more if you want them. And land as quietly as you can toward the top of the mat. Flat back, inhaling. Exhale, bow completely. Inhale again, flatten the back. Step your feet about hips distance apart. Point the sits bones a little higher if you can. Get extra length through the back. And give yourself a forward fold. And this time we're going to hang out a little while. Let even the spine stretch. If it's natural to you, grab elbows or even grab behind your legs. Let's take some time. Come on up to flat back, exhaling hands to your hips, standing all the way up. Lift your chest. And find your way to neutral spine. Let's connect to the breathing again, find focus. Let's find our pinchas, but first, hands to the hips. Transfer weight to the right foot, lift the left knee. Sweep your arms high, palms to face each other. You can stay here or extend the left leg forward. 3, 2, 1. Take a big step back. You're making your way to high lunge. Take your time. Reaching up. Take hold of your left elbow, reach it up and over to the right so we get a little extra stretch for shoulders. And you can even pull that elbow back like you're taking it way behind your head. Keep the belly strong. Sweeping up, reach the heart high. And then exhale, keep control as you slowly dive down. Planting first the hands. You'll sweep the right leg pretty far behind, taking the left elbow down and then the right elbow down. Perfectly cool to stay right here, but if you can, hop in a little closer. You might even gaze forward, tipping in to pincha. Some of you will hop up, some of you will bring it to the wall. If you're new to this but close, I'd encourage a left knee kicking your chest a bunch of times. And catch it and then stick it. Get up there nice and high. Make it as tall as you can. I'm counting only about 4 more breaths because we've got a lot to do. And then take it down. Straighten your hands or arms. Step the right foot outside right hand again. This time settle the back knee down. We're going to catch a little stretching rest. So heart goes forward, hips go forward. And you'll straighten the right leg. Flex that foot, square the hips, and find a fold. Stay as long as you can through your back. Come on up, plant hands, bend the right knee again, tuck the back toes, step to plank pose, inhale, exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, cobra. Exhaling, downward facing. And walk your feet in just a little bit, closer to your hands. We're gonna do a couple cannonball leaps again. This time I encourage you to split your knees wide. Similar kind of thing, big hops, maybe 3 of them now, slowing down the landing if possible. Go ahead, it might help to look forward. Landing. Take flat back. Exhale, fold all the way. Inhale, lead with your heart as you reach up high, back bending. Exhale, Tadasana. Use this time to recenter, regroup, reconnect. Hands to the hips. Shift weight to your left foot. Lift the right knee. And reach the arms up high. Option to stay here or extend this leg. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep control if you can as you step all the way back. Making high lunge. Establish it. You'll actually take hold of that right elbow, reach it up and over so you're tipping into side body opening. And if there's room, you'll be pulling that right elbow backward behind your head, seeing what space you can make at shoulder flexion, that upward movement. It's like you're sipping energy from the root of the pelvic floor up into the abdomen. Slow the breath. Come on up through center, lift the heart. And then with control again, we dive this down. Hands land, sweep your left leg far up behind. Place the right elbow down, followed by the left. Totally cool right here, or hop in closer if you can. Pincha Mayurasana time, standard forearm stand. Hop in, take the wall, do what you do. We'll meet you there. If you're in it, how tall can you get? 3 breaths. And a slow release. Straighten both arms. Left foot plants outside left hand. Set the back knee down. Hips come forward. Heart can lift light. Just taking it as a passive recovery. Stretch. And you'll straighten your left leg. Flex that foot. And find fold. Gazing forward, rebend this knee. Set yourself up at plank position, inhaling. Optional vinyasa if you'd like it. You can always rest. Meeting at downward facing dog. Okay, high onto toes. I'm going to do a few pike hops this time. So now you're going to bend the knees deeply. Shoot your hips up as high to the sky or ceiling as you possibly can get them. And think about forward folding as you bring the feet towards your hands. You can see how it goes. Handful of times, we'll land at the top. Finishing up. Lengthen and fold. Rise high. Arms release. Connect to the breathing again here at Tadasana. Let's add on hands to the waist, step feet hips distance apart. You shift weight to the right foot again. This time left knee goes wide. Bend the right, cross for figure four. Come down low. You might even rest your forearms on your shin. Let's breathe into the opening. Okay, stand up tall, lift the left knee. Maybe you extend the leg for just 3, 2, 1. This time dive into standing split. Left leg reaching as high as it can, even if you stack your hips. Okay, I'm going to cue a pincha entry with the option to do a lotus, half lotus, or Baddha Konasana in Pincha Mayurasana. I'm also going to cue puppy press entry, so you can take me up on it or don't. Get in any way you can. Stay motivated here. Left leg lifts, so you're getting your elbows down. If you want to try this puppy entry, left knee bends, it comes out to the side. That left hip is reaching so high as you roll your hips up and forward and into place, and then you can find the inversion. If that didn't work out, honestly, take any entry that does work, including one up against the wall. Once in, soles of the feet together, knees wide, or half lotus, or full. How straight can you remain? And then step it down. This time, we earned it. Child's pose. You might split knees, send the arms right underneath your body. Observe as the heart slows down. All right, reach your hands forward. Tuck your toes. This time we're going to do just a little straddle hop to land the feet outside the hands as quietly as a ninja. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to launch right here, extend and split the legs, get the hips high, and see if I can land the feet pretty quietly outside hands. Do it a few times if you didn't like how it went the first time, and we'll meet in a squat. Hands to heart, lifting through the chest. Again, connect to breath. Squeeze feet toward each other, reach up high. And then meet together in Tadasana. Hands to the waist, second side. I'm going to shift weight to the left foot, send the right knee wide. Bend the left knee so you can grab your figure four. This is our hip opener. We come down low. I'm going to take some time to open the hips. So you might take hands together, even rest forearms on the shin bone. Stand up tall, lift this right knee, reach up. You might even extend the leg for just 3, 2, 1. This time standing, split, diving down, reach the right leg up high, even if you've got to stack the hip. Okay, remember we're setting up for Pincha again, so give yourself the room to do that. You'll take your hands forward enough to get your elbows down. Keep this right leg lifting high. Some of you will float in with one leg. Some of you will puppy press it. Others kicking or bringing it to the wall. Okay. So you'll stack the hips if you're taking puppy. Send the right knee, first you'll bend it and then send it off to the side and up. It's that dragging of your hip weight that pulls you ultimately into the inversion. Once you're in it, lotus legs, half lotus legs, Baddha Konasana legs. Try the other side if you've got a favorite. And then we try to straighten the whole thing out. And you take it down low, and we can rest again, that same child's pose, or here's an opportunity to flex at the wrists and get recovery there. So you could take your child's pose on the backs of your hands, sending your elbows backward too. Connect to the heart, and watch as it slows. Now let's climb up. Let's finish this with one more inversion opportunity and then a very quick Shavasana. So inversion opportunity is handstand, and if you want to just try adding your Baddha Konasana legs or half lotus legs or full lotus legs, go for it. Remember, this is about fun, so if you're falling out, laugh at yourself. And if you know that you just don't trust falling out, then climb up onto the wall. Maybe I'll try to show it both ways. Setting yourself up on hands. Tighten a little downward dog. Come on up into the handstand. However it is you can get up. Then once you find some semblance of balance, go ahead and try those funky legs. Give yourself recovery in between. And if you've got another go in you, go ahead. I'm going to show this at the wall. Give myself about 6-8 inches from the wall so I have room to play around. Keeping some heel or one heel on the wall as I negotiate through the other. Now I can always send my butt up against the wall to try to get better balance. I can even take my head to the wall to get balance. Just knowing that it's there is super helpful. And then at some point, you just get tuckered. So when you're tuckered, come on down. Let's find our Shavasana position. You could hug the knees in first. Rock yourself side to side. Take the backs of the hands together, let the elbows come down, stretch the wrists. Keeping knees in, roll over to left side like a fetal position, only this is for the shoulders, so we can lengthen the spine, find a twist and the right shoulder blade down. Take your left hand to the right shoulder, send it down away from your ear. And then you're actually going to tip your head over to the left. So you get a lot of space over on the right side neck, even as we're twisting. Let the breathing slow. And up through center, roll over to the right. Get the spine really long. As you roll open, left blade toward the ground, doesn't matter if it gets there. Right hand touches left shoulder to pull it down. And then tip your right ear toward your right shoulder, getting spaciousness through the left side neck, down into the shoulder for recovery. And we let the heart rate and the breathing settle. And come onto the back body, almost there, yogi friend. I encourage you to take this single minute of Shavasana because that rest is where the muscle memory gets built. The pathways between the brain and the body get fortified. This is not a waste of your time. Let's enjoy it. I'll wake us in a minute. Of course, if you have more time, go ahead and stay for a while. But if you're ready, join me in bringing movement back, finding your way into a stretch. Climbing up for a seat. So glad you were here today. I'd love to know how you did in the comments. Take care.